all signs point to this. The Orioles season is in jeopardy, and all hope is about to be lost. No one knows what direction this team is going into, not even Mike Elias. Welcome to another episode of Orioles Digest. I'm your host, Kam Brice. And like I said in every video, before you do anything, hit that subscribe button. Come join Orioles Digest. We're giving you daily updates about the Baltimore Orioles every single day that you don't want to miss. Now, the Baltimore season has not gone as we all hope. They're under 15 games under 500, last in the American League, the second worst team in probably all of baseball. If you look at statistics, pitching wise, they have the worst pitching staff. So, is there any hope for this team? Can they make a push? And the recent play of this team over the last 3 or 4 games has given a lot of people hope that this team could make a playoff push. So, let's get into our first topic of the day. Yeah, let's talk about these two guys. Adley Rutschman's been playing better. Over the past 7 games, OBP sitting over 450. Still not hitting. But if you go to his baseball savvy page, Adley's just been very unlucky. One of the most unlucky hitters in the MLB. A lot of home runs has been called back, deep fly balls, exit velocity, everything is kind of wrong. So I think it's just like this is the first struggle. Adley Rutschman is struggling, and it goes all the way back, excuse me, until the All-Star break happened last year. And that's where Adley struggles the most. That's where we knew he wasn't going to get better, and it hasn't changed. He's changed his swing so much. I don't know what's happening. On the other hand, that guy, Jackson Holliday, has been amazing. Batting over 340 his last 12 games, OBP well over 500 last 5 games. He's been doing everything. He's bringing in runs, he's stealing backs, playing amazing defense. This is the Jackson Holliday that we hoped to see last year. And if we could have got this Jackson Holliday last year, imagine what that team would have been. But it's stop talking about last year. Let's talk about the future. So Baltimore is on a 3-game winning streak. They ended up losing to the St. Louis Cardinals today. Well, if you're watching this video in the morning, it was last night. And if you're watching the video now, as it was posted late, sorry about that. The Baltimore's lost 7-4. So, Ronald Hearn hit a clutch home run that gave them, I think, was it 4-3 lead or 5-4 lead? It was 4-3 lead. And the offense just didn't score after that. Sagano struggled in the first couple innings, but then back into the game, he was perfect. Damn near perfect. He was very good. And that's surprising seeing a Baltimore pitcher struggle throughout the first couple innings and then come to bounce back and put your team in position to win. And Ronald Hearn did that. But the offense just couldn't score. And that relates to a lot of this guy. Honestly, I thought the firing of Brandon Hyde making a statement was good for this team. But now that I'm thinking more of into it, I don't think you should fire Brandon Hyde. You should just let the team go how it was. But now I feel like it hurt the morale of some of the players if you can't trust his organization. But by means, if you can't trust his organization because we're one of the worst teams in baseball after being one of the best teams with the most talent, then I guess you have to make that example. But Tony, this is not his job. I understand he's the interim general manager. I'm general manager. It's not football. Interim manager. But the thing is, what else were they going to do? Honestly, did you want the Baltimore to go out get a manager for the next 4 to 5 years? Smack did in the middle of the season, give him a big contract. No, you want to build a manager for the future. And Brandon Hyde was the staple point. And I hate that he had to be made an example. I always thought it was Adley Rutschman that had to be made an example. And now Tony is just facing the consequences of Brandon Hyde's action and his team's action, Mike Elias' action for not acquiring an ace. Like I'll say it again. If Mike Elias acquired an ace, if he brought at least 2 starting pitchers, I don't think the Orioles would be in this position right now. But everybody's paying Mike Elias prices. And Mike Elias is kind of on the hot seat right now. I want to talk about that before we get deeper into Tony, how you can manage this ball club over the past 10 games. Mike Elias has not lived up to his expectations. You built the draft, you built the capital, you built the prospects, you did everything. So when is it going to result in wins? Nobody cares about a division championship. It's good winning the division, but it's not means nothing when you absolutely go to the postseason and can win a game. It'd be different if the Baltimore Orioles could win a game in the postseason. The longest postseason losing streak in MLB right now. The Baltimore Orioles have not postseason game since I was in elementary school. And that's ridiculous. And I just find it how this team's never going to change. You go out, you get a new general manager, you fire Michael Elias. What's going to change? Nothing. David Rubenstein had the money. Nobody spent no money this offseason. The biggest accusation was Tyler O'Neill. And he's already been in the IL twice. I don't even want to talk about Tyler O'Neill because we need to talk more about this guy, Cedric Mullins. Now, do the Baltimore's become sell us the deadline and trade him? Because I don't want Cedric Mullins' last years of his prime career to be wasting a team like this, and for a team to not even give him a contract extension yet when he's been your best player besides Ryan Warren and Jackson Holliday. I think we need to go a different situation. I think they need to find out with Cedric Mullins what he wants. I would love to bring him back. There's no other prospects except for Enrique Bradfield Jr. Vance Honeycutt will probably won't be up into 2 to 3 years. So other than that, I think Cedric Mullins here to stay. You extend him, extend Gunnar Henderson or Adley Rutschman. You wait to see if they can perform. But like I said, it's just a sad situation with the Baltimore Orioles. So do they just call the season how it was? Keep developing players, bring up prospects, see different types of lines, different types of moves and prepare for next season? Or do they try to find some balance, go on a quick run? Because the Orioles are going to have to win 2 out of every 3 games of their series by the All-Star break, and they'll be a couple games under 500, and that'll put them in a good position. If they can get to the All-Star break, at least 5 games, 6, 7 games on the 500, they have a chance. But for right now, I don't see any hope in this team. It just feels like the morale is gone. Ever since Gunnar Hyde was fired, it got worse. The pitching staff has gotten a little better over the past 2 games, but they're still inconsistent. The only pitcher you can trust is Sagano, Dean sometimes, and Effin sometimes. Effin hasn't been the number one that we've all been hoping for. So it's just a sad situation. The bullpen is not looking good. I have no idea. I have no answers. No reporters have any answers. The players don't have any answers. Nobody has answered what's going on with the Baltimore Orioles, but it's all here. And I feel like at this point in the season, it's too much of it to come. So I don't think the Orioles are going to end up making the playoffs. Thank you for joining Orioles Digest. Once again, I'm your host, Kam Brice. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're giving you daily updates with the Baltimore Orioles every single day that you don't want to miss. From Orioles Digest, I'm your host, Kam Brice.